Hello and welcome to TechieChic Kiss It Tip for our newsletter. Putting the I in the PO is the topic that we'll be discussing today. And this tip is pretty much about the input, process, output model with an emphasis on input. So when we look at IPO defined, according to Wikipedia, it is the input process output model, also known as the IPO plus S model, and S stands for storage. It is a functional model and conceptual schema of a general system. An IPO chart, table identifies a program's inputs, its outputs, and the processing steps required to transform the inputs into the outputs. So the question is, what is I? What is input? And we can look at input as being the information, ideas, and resources used in creating a program. So some examples would be keyboard strokes, external files, external systems. Think of it as those things that are needed to solve the problem that we're being asked to solve. So we have a problem here. And do note, although this is a very simple problem, our goal is over the following or subsequent newsletters is to continue to build upon problems. They'll be easy in the beginning, but over a period of time, they'll become more complex in hopes that they begin to mirror real-world problems that we may or may not be tasked with solving on the job or with any potential clients. So our problem this week is to design a program that calculates the total amount of a meal purchased at a restaurant. The program should ask the user to enter the charge for the food and then calculate the amount of a 15% tip and 7% sales tax. Display each of these amounts and the total. So we'll be working with this simple problem over the next 2 newsletters or so. But when we read the problem carefully and really study what we're being asked to do, which is basically calculate tip and sales tax, we are only requesting one input, and that's here. In the second sentence, the program should ask the user to enter the charge for the food and then calculate. So we're only focusing on input, and our input is the charge for the food. That's our prompt. That's the information that we're going to be receiving to process or to solve our problem. And so within this small table, the input is cost of food. Very simple. And we're going to leave it here at inputs. So the challenge now is to go back through the problem and to think about how would you modify the program inputs to allow a user to input the tax and tip amount. Because if you think of the problem, we're already calculating what the tip and the tax should be. But let's make that something that's varying from user to user. You can email your answer to me at hello@IamTechieChic.com. And always, let's connect. You can follow me on Twitter, send me an email personally, directly, at ericab@IamTechieChic.com. And stay tuned to what's happening and the changes within TechieChic on our website, www.IamTechieChic.com. As always, stay smart, stay edgy, stay techie, and I'll talk to you next time.